Good evening, folks, and welcome to Game 1 here of Night 1 this week of some Jersey Shore Basketball League action. My name is David Smith, joined alongside Alec Crowdhamel. Good to be back in the booth. First game back after playing 2 minutes in the last game for WCT, who's taking the floor now before rolling my ankle. But good to be back in the booth. RKE has already locked up the first place regular season crown. Head coach Sean Gallagher suiting up and in the starting five since they only have 5 tonight. WCT with 6. So a game not with any stakes for RKE. WCT, I think, can improve their seeding by maybe 1 game or by 1 spot, but not a lot of stakes on this first game here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see just how many minutes Sean Gallagher does play. It looks like
someone just came in late.
Yeah, it does look like they will have a 6th, so that's good. That Coach Gallagher won't have to play the full 40 minutes.
Oh, it's Sydney. It's Sydney who just walked in.
Yeah, Sydney Brown actually just got back not too long ago from a tryout in Switzerland, so let's hope that it went well for him, but glad to see him back out there.
Goodall feeds it to Wells, and Wells opens up our scoring with the layup after Shaq Scott overran it, and it's 2-0 WCT. Cardacy feeds Moran down low. Moran the lay-in. I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of defense tonight.
I would say probably not.
Mercado, top of the key, fires, no good, rebounded by A.J. Sumbury. Cardacy will try the 3 from the top of the key, way off. Air ball, very unlike him.
And to answer your previous question for WCT, they need a win and an ACI Robbins Nest loss tomorrow night to clinch the 5 seed. And if they can't get both of those, then they clinch the 6 seed in the playoffs.
And ACI Robbins Nest plays the intern helpers tomorrow, and with them being winless on the year, I don't think it's very likely unless they don't have some of their core pieces tomorrow to lose to that intern helpers team. But we'll see. Anything can happen. Goodall drives, gets to his strong side, lays it in with the right hand.
Yeah, nice job by Goodall. Nobody picked him up on the perimeter, and then he just realized he can go straight to the hoop, and that's a nice, easy layup.
Cardacy calls for the screen. Doesn't use it. Moran in the corner. He'll leave it for Shaq Scott. Ryan Savoy defending. Goodall switches on. He'll try the 3. Short off the rim, rebounded by Wells. Wells the outlet to Goodall. Goodall goes up with the left, blocked by Scott, and that ball is stolen away by A.J. Sumbury. Sumbury leaves it for Shaq Scott. Scott drives with the right hand. The contest by Savoy, a good one, but a good finish through traffic there by Shaq Scott. Wells finds Goodall in the corner. Gallagher the contest. Air ball rebounded by Sumbury. Sumbury drives to the rim. Wells gets a good contest, but Sumbury his own rebound. Now a 4-point lead for RKE. Savoy leaves it for Goodall. Peters, he'll try the 3. No good. Rebounded by Sumbury. Cardacy. Gallagher still yet to get a touch. That's a long 2. Another air ball from Cardacy. Sydney Brown checking in. He'll replace head coach Sean Gallagher.
And Cardacy has started some of these past couple games a little bit on the slow side. He really heated up in the 4th quarter of their last matchup, but a bit of a slow start for the 2nd game in a row. We'll see if he can get it going.
Brown with the steal. Cardacy open on the wing. He won't knock it down. Slow start for Kyle Cardacy, the leading 3-point scorer this season in the JSBL. And Savoy knocks down the 3 to make it a 1-point game. Cardacy down low to the block to Moran. Moran, good spin move to fool Peters and lay it in for 2.
Yeah, they've been trying to get it down to Moran down low on the low block. He's got some nice moves there. He's flipped it up a couple times now.
Wells spins. Mercado in the corner. He's called for a travel. Jab step, but might have picked up his pivot foot.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to move while he was getting the ball and didn't take a dribble, and that's a turnover.
Brown leaves it for Sumbury. Sumbury top of the key. Good contest from Mercado. That one's rebounded by Savoy. Savoy with a little bit of a new hairstyle today. He's rocking the afro. Mercado corner three, no good. Rebounded Kyle Cardacci. Cardacci pushing, finds Sumbry in transition. He'll reset, finds a cutting Sidney Brown. Moran, the layup, good. Good positioning there from Moran. Might have been a 3 seconds. Looked like he was in that paint for a while, but we don't see that call a lot.
No, definitely not. And it feels like they've allowed him to kind of get down there a lot.
Good play there from Wells to Savoy. Pass and cut, just good fundamental basketball right there. Brown gets the screen from Scott. Sidney leaves it for him. In the corner is Sumbry now. He'll try the turnaround. Jay, short, rebounded off the top of the net by Mercado. He'll leave it for Wells. That one poked away from Wells by Cardacci. Kicked around. Savoy ends up with it. He'll leave it for Goodall. Wide open three, no good. And they'll call an off-ball foul. Think they'll get Mercado. They'll say Mercado was holding on to Dane Moran. That'll be his first and the first foul of the game out of any team. Cardacci with it now. Leaves it down low. That's Shaq Scott. Scott, Mercado guarding, spins, turnaround jumper, gets it to go. Good move and execution there from Shaq Scott.
Yeah, it's a really tough shot, the turnaround Jay, but he made it look easy.
And there's Andre Wells, what he does best, getting to the rim. He might be small, but he is fierce and doesn't let anyone get in his way. Does a great job of finishing through contact. Was a big reason why they were able to stay in that game with me on the roster against Ortho, New Jersey last week.
Yeah, Andre Wells is just an electric finisher around the rim. He can get there in so many different ways, too. He plays above the rim as well. Really good athlete around the rim. So just a really tough matchup for anyone to guard, whether on the perimeter or at the rim.
Sidney Brown with it now, 2-point game. Moran, deep two, no good. Put back Cardacci, no good. Ian Amegwu with the rebound, he'll push. He tries the spin, turnaround Jay, gets it to go. Good shot there from Amegwu. Probably wasn't the highest percentage look, but found a way to get it to go. Brown, no good, rebounded by Amegwu, but he can't hang on to it, so it's out of bounds off of WCT. And that will take us to our first media timeout, and we have a tie game here in Manasquan. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the first quarter between WCT and RKE Athletic. One sec. Welcome back. We're coming back a little bit early. Talk about the playoff forecast, which starts, I believe, on Thursday. Wednesday it starts. So Tuesday we'll close out the regular season. Let's talk a little bit about what the matchups are going to look like. RKE obviously clinching that 1 seed and the intern helpers clinching that 8 seed, so they'll face off in the first round. Cardacci, no good, rebounded by Mercado. The 2 seed is still up for grabs. It's going to come down to either Stearns, Trailer, or Ortho, New Jersey, as Mercado knocks down the elbow jump shot. But Stearns tonight will take on, I believe Stearns is playing Seaview tonight, if I am correct. Oh no, Stearns is playing Ortho tonight, so the winner of that should get the outright 2 seed. The 3 seed will obviously go to the loser of that game. 4 seed should go to Seaview Jeep, but they're gonna need help as ACI Robins Nest also has a shot as well, but as that one is laid in by Cardacy. But we're hearing that it is a slight possibility that tomorrow we might see Ron Harper, so he could potentially suit up for the playoffs, which would give Larson Ford a whole new dynamic.
Absolutely. It would give them another guy that can score off the dribble or off of the spot up. I mean, he played in the Summer League with the Celtics. He got an Exhibit 10 contract with the team. He's just one of those guys that is really good with the ball in his hands. He's strong, and he's got the forward skills and kind of a guard-like body. So having him next to Nate Pierre-Louis and then Josh as well coming back from the Summer League, I believe he'll be eligible for the playoffs as well. That just adds a whole new dynamic to that team, and that would be a dangerous 7 seed.
As that one goes out of bounds off the fingertips of Mike Goodall after Savoy tried to tip it out to him. Quinn Peters back into the game. He'll replace Mercado. Doesn't look like Coach Gallagher will get any more action. He's taken off the jersey on the sideline. But if we have to predict it, the matchups will most likely be RKE Athletic Intern Helpers, which is already locked in. Larson Ford has locked their way into the 7 seed. I honestly think tonight we'll see Ortho defeat Stearns Trailer. That's my prediction, so I think we'll see Ortho against Larson Ford, Stearns Trailer against WCT, and then Seaview Jeep and ACI Robins Nest will play each other, most likely in the first round if we had to predict it right now, which honestly, I think we could see some pretty good games. I think a lot of them could go either way, might see some upsets.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be really fascinating to see how these playoff matchups go, not just with, the teams themselves, but who is there for the teams. With, some of these active college guys now in summer workouts, some of the Summer League guys back from that ending, and even some of the international guys still trying to ramp up. So I think it's going to be interesting to see even more than just the teams that are playing, but also who's there for each team.
Like we talked about, WCT has a chance to clinch the 5, which would be huge for them because I think you would much rather play Seaview Jeep than either Stearns Trailer or Ortho New Jersey, because Ortho, obviously, they typically have their core, don't usually miss some guys. Stearns are very good when they have their core. They've had it the past few games. And Seaview Jeep is always a wild card. So I think if you're WCT, you would much rather get that 5 than that 6. But it would take a win tonight, and then obviously that ACI Robins Nest loss like we talked about, which is highly unlikely. But we'll see. Weirder things have happened as Amegwu knocks down the 3 to give WCT the lead. Amegwu's played very well so far. He's missed the last couple of games for WCT.
Yeah, he's slotted in nicely. He's one of those guys that's a good athlete and that can also shoot, and that's kind of a characteristic of a lot of these teams. As nice drive to the hoop for WCT, chance for a 3-point, or for RKE, excuse me, and a chance for a 3-point play. It's kind of a characteristic of a lot of these WCT players. They're good athletes, they're capable shooters, and they always play really hard as well. I mean, you were on the bench. What can you say about their mindset and how they play each game in and out?
Amegwu will be – it's not a close drive for him at any means. He's at Cornell right now, obviously doing summer workouts there. That's in Ithaca, New York. So you know that to come for this, it wasn't a close drive. Goodall drives. He gets fouled by Cardacy. Good job, Goodall there to drive baseline. Poor job there by Cardacy to give it up.
Yeah, definitely. Giving up the baseline. There's always one of the tougher aspects of playing defense down low is trying to restrict the baseline, because if you give that up, you really give up a free lane to the rim. And Cardacy paid the price for it by having a foul after Goodall got to the rim as he misses the first free throw. Goodall usually a really good shooter. On Thursday, he was really playing well despite having to play from behind. Played a very good game.
Yeah, when WCT had guys like Bashir in the beginning of the year, when they have a lot of their core guys, you don't see Goodall play as much. But they've had a very small roster. They haven't had Jumbala in a while either. But Goodall has really stepped into his role in a really good way and put up, like you said, great numbers against Ortho. Here's the first free throw. That one no good. Is that Savon Myers at the line? We don't have number 4's info right now.
I'm sure we'll get it at the end of the first quarter.
We will. Only 50 seconds left. Myers, I'm pretty sure, typically wears 4.
Yeah, he does.
But I'm not sure if that's Myers. Who knows, though? We had Savoy change to an afro today, so players have been looking. Oh, yeah, that's Savon Myers. So it's Savon Myers wearing 4 for RKE. Cardacy pushing. Finds Sidney Brown. Step back, 3. Downtown, Sidney Brown. Brown knocks down the triple to give RKE the lead. 24 seconds left now. About a 5-second differential on the shot clock and game clock. Poked away by Brown. Stolen away by Scott. Scott drives to the lane. Euro gets it to go. Just like that, a 5-point swing to give the purple and orange a 5-point lead, as now WCT will hold for 1. Peters, he gives it to Mercado. Mercado the 3 at the buzzer, no good. RKE will have a 5-point lead over the WCT Warriors going in to that second quarter. Well played on both sides, but RKE a great job to close out that first quarter in a strong way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sidney Brown really showcased his impact on the floor, game in, game out on those last couple possessions. It's a really nice snatchback, step-back 3 to put him up, and then a nice job just poking the ball free, quick hands. That's the impact he brings to this RKE team. He's been missing for the past couple games, but now that he's back and this team already clinching the 1 seed, they're getting ready for the playoffs.
Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the action of JSBL hoops here between RKE and WCT. We are back. RKE lead by 5. It's Brown bringing it up. We saw Sean Gallagher have to start the game for RKE because they were 2 guys down, but Myers and Sumbry showed up late. As that one goes out of bounds off of Mike Goodall. Pass was a little low, as it'll go back to RKE. Brown. Cardacy attempting the back screen for Myers. Myers drives to the hoop, lays it in with the right. Savon Myers, as we know, when he gets to the hoop, he has his eyes on one thing, and that's that rim. Peters in the corner. No good. Rebounded to Brown. Brown looks to push, loses the handle. He'll find the cutting Sumbry, who slams it in.
It's a really nice setup by Sidney Brown, then Sumbry slams it home. Played at Wagner a few years ago, one of those really good shot blockers in the Northeast Conference. Really nice slam there.
Cardacy, short. Sumbry tried the putback slam, no good, and that one will go to WCT.
And Cardacy's just kind of short on everything so far, whether that's from 3 or from the mid-range or even at the rim, like on that opportunity. He's just a little short on everything. I wonder why, but he's just trying to get into his groove. Obviously, he can heat up like nobody else, so we'll see what he does next.
Amegwu, the 3, no good. Rebounded to Cardacy. Cardacy leaves it for Brown. Brown drives, steps back, gives it to Moran, tries the seal, but he is fouled down low below the rim by Jorge Mercado.
We didn't see it as much later on in that first quarter and so far in the second quarter, but Moran has really been getting comfortable positioning himself right below the rim, and WCT hasn't done a lot to stop him from getting there either.
Brown lays it in with the left hand on the weak side. Great finish there by Sidney Brown. 6-0 run now for RKE as the lead is now 11. And Coach Peters will call a timeout. But like you said, Moran looks very comfortable, but going into this second quarter, the two leading scorers for RKE were their two big guys. It was Dane Moran and Shaq Scott, both with 8. Sumbry, another one of their big men as well. But he's not much of a scorer, more of a rebounder and a shot blocker, but he's made quite an impact as well, altering a ton of shots, has 2 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Josh Peters is calling this timeout just to give his guys a little bit of a break and kind of get them to take a deep breath. It looks like they're pressing a little bit too much right now on both ends of the floors. It looks like Dan Singleton's also entered the building. So he'll be another guy available for RKE.
He's their energizer, as we see.
Absolutely.
Brings a ton of it on the bench, ton of it when he's on the floor. But when I was behind the bench waiting for their game to finish up last week, just some of the stuff he was saying was hilarious. He gets into it.
He does, and he even acts like an extra coach out there sometimes, calling out defensive assignments, trying to get his guys pumped up, and he does that when he's on the floor too. I said this the first time we saw him this year. It kind of reminds me of a Patrick Beverly type guy where he's going to go at your team's best guard, and he's going to guard him tough full court, and he's going to say a lot, but he's going to do his hardest on defense.
That's a really good comparison. Savoy will drive, attempts the reverse, no good, rebounded by Sidney Brown. Wells defending, Brown gets a screen. Myers pops. Savoy picks his pocket, but he gets it back. Scott with it. Savon Myers cuts back door. Mercado ends up with it. Jump stops, behind the back pass into Amegwu, but Dane Moran will get flagged and called for a foul.
And on that one, a bit of a weird possession defensively, as it looked like it looked like they were trying to defend on Mercado attack, and then he kind of stopped abruptly, and then that kind of put everyone kind of on skates. And
might have gotten away with the travel, too.
He might have, yeah. But good recognition by WCT to go towards the rim and find him out of position. But either way, good job drawing the foul.
Amegwu knocks it down, cuts the lead to 10. Still very doable. Cardesi uses the screen. We'll try the free throw line jumper. Pure, nothing but net. Savoy leaves it for Mercado. It's Goodall with it now on the wing. Mercado for 3, no good. Rebounded by Kyle Cardesi. He's looking to push. Their motto is get out and run, as he likes to say. Moran in the corner. He can shoot it from out there. That one's short. Rebounded by Mercado. Here he comes. He tries to go all the way, lays it up with the left, no good. Moran the rebound, here comes Brown. Savoy defending, Brown, good step back, he drives. That one's stolen away into the hands of Mercado. Savoy finds Amegwu up court, and Amegwu slams it in.
Yeah, a little bit of a transition defensive miscommunication there. No one picked him up. It looked like they were trying to match up with someone, but just couldn't do it.
Myers, he drives. And Amegwu will get called for a foul. They're not going to say that was a shooting foul. I definitely thought Myers was going up there.
Yeah, the contact must have come right before he went up with it, because I thought he was going up for the shot. It looked like it might have gotten blocked, and it actually did go up.
Even if the contact was before he went up, he was still in the motion of shooting.
Yeah, I thought he might have gotten continuation.
Sumbry has his mismatch. But a foul will be called there. They'll get Amegwu. That's his second. The team's third. Peters coming back in. He'll replace Mike Goodall. Seems like they have an actual legit rotation of 6 this time instead of 5 and me. So a lot of them are getting a little bit more playing time. Sumbry, turnaround J, no good. Mercado the rebound. No numbers for WCT. Leaves it for Savoy. Down in the post, Mercado, good up and under, but he can't finish. Rebounded by Sumbry. Sumbry lobs it up for Moran. Moran finishes. Good play there from RKE. He had options. He had Scott and Moran. Chose Moran. Wells leaves it for Peters. who gives it to Zavoy in the far corner. Wells, Amegwu. That one poked away by Moran into the hands of Brown. Brown, good attempt to feed it there into Myers. That one was tipped. I thought it was off WCT, but they'll say that it's WCT ball. Savoy pulls up. Good pull-up jumper there from Savoy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it must have tipped off of Savon Myers' hands right before it went out of bounds. But Sidney Brown, he's getting back into it with this team. Missed the last couple games. It looked like he's trying to play as fast as he usually does, but he's a little bit out of control. We'll see him try to adjust to it as the game goes on.
Good move there from Scott, but couldn't finish. Savoy in transition finds Peters, dumps it in to Mercado, but Dane Moran will get called for a foul. Mercado will have a pair at the line.
And Moran is, I think he's getting close to being in a little bit of foul trouble here. But either way, I mean, another mismatch there. It looked like Sidney Brown got matched up with Mercado, and that's definitely a size mismatch. And he had no choice. Moran had no choice but to come over and help and foul to prevent the easy layup as he makes the first free throw.
We often see with them playing man-to-man defense, often pretty lazy on screens. So instead of trying to either hedge it, they go over or under, and they just switch instead. So it often creates mismatches, which is why guys like Mike Amon have so much success. But a lot of the big guys, they get the switches they want and the favorable matchups, just like Mercado got there. Don't look now, but it's an 8-point game. Slowly making their way back into it is WCT. Cardacci posting up on Wells. Good feed into Myers. Myers short, rebounded by Ryan Savoy. We'll leave it for Wells. He gives it back to Savoy. Peters in the corner for three. Way off, rebounded by Cardacci. Cardacci step through, good move as Cardacci finishes with the right hand.
Yeah, Cardacci is starting to find a shot here. Last couple shots at the rim, and that's just what RKE needed. They needed a bucket because they were starting to get a little cold. The defense has kind of slowed down a little bit because the offense hasn't been as strong as it looks like. Somebody will get whistled for the foul. That one looked, a little bit intentional to try to prevent the bucket, but
Megwu has missed a few tonight from the line, so my philosophy is often if you can get either one of two or obviously 0 of 2 from the free throw line, it's a good foul.
Yeah, it's better than, only allowing 1 point on the free throw line is better than allowing 2 points on an easy layup.
And especially with how little defense there is in this league, you'll definitely take a 1-point possession, but that'll take us to the media timeout. We will be right back as RKE leads by 10 against WCT. We are back. At the line for WCT is Ian Amegwu, who will have a pair after the foul from A.J. Sumbry. I'm David Smith, joined alongside Alec Krauthamel. No Dan Yuzerski tonight. Not sure where he is. Didn't talk to him, but believe he'll be here for the rest of the week. We've got 2 good games tonight. Obviously, Game 2 is the highlight with Stearns Trailer and Ortho, New Jersey set to square off, most likely for that 2 seed.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see who Stearns comes up with because it doesn't look like they'll have Kevin Peichel, one of their regulars for the entire season.
Really?
I think he's got some events going on with Christian Brothers Academy, so they're down one of their guys. We'll see who else shows up for Stearns. That's been one of their questions all season long. Their roster is completely stacked on paper, but the question for them has been how many of those guys can actually come to these games.
I heard rumors that Larry Smith and Gene Campbell should be in attendance tonight. We will see, though. That 3 attempt from Sunbury, a wild one off the side of the rim. The rebound to WCT. Peters. Amegwu will try another 3. That one good. Ian Amegwu is quietly having himself a great game for WCT. Cardesi gets the screen from Sunbury, tries to go over the top, stolen away by Mercado. Mercado nearly turns it over. Peters with it now, and they'll call a walk on Mercado. Good job there by Cardesi to be aware of his surroundings to get the ball right back.
Yeah, you can see the defensive intensity start to increase for RKE as they're starting to get a little bit more momentum on offense as well. They feel more confident in amping up the pressure. And now with Sidney Brown and Cardesi and 2 guys who love to run with the ball. Why? Oh, what? That pass went high in the air.
Yeah, I don't think that was what Cardesi intended to do. As Singleton puts it back in for his first points of the game, you see him, like we talked about, picking up full court here. Savoy, elbow jump shot, no good, rebounded by Sunbury. Cardesi pushing. He pulls it from deep. He can't get it to go. The long rebound goes to Mercado. He has his eyes set on the hoop. And good step through there to get it past Singleton as he'll lay it in for the easy deuce.
Yeah, nice job going coast to coast. And Singleton tried to poke the ball free one last ditch effort, couldn't get there, and that's what opened up the rim.
That one stripped away by Wells. Mercado and Savoy, 1 man to beat. Savoy blocked by Singleton. Mercado can't put it in. Dan Singleton single-handedly stuffs the possession. Great pass from Brown to Sunbury as Sunbury slams it in. What a sequence of events from RKE. Wells with it now. Gets the screen from Amegwu, slips the defenders, leaves it in the corner for Mercado. He'll leave it for Amegwu. Good defense there from Singleton, but a better finish by Amegwu.
And that's another size mismatch. Singleton playing hard, and when you got the size mismatch like that, sometimes it doesn't really matter. And WCT is sticking tough in this game.
That layup by Singleton, no good. Offensive rebound by Sunbury. Amegwu switches back onto him. That one tipped away by Mercado. Amegwu finds him in the open court. He tries to leave it for Savoy. Savoy to Peters. Peters to Mercado. That one tipped away. Brown tries to save it, but can't. Tough doing play-by-play in a game like this where just so much is happening, and there's nothing that ever slows down.
It feels like WCT is starting to beat RKE at their own game. They are really getting out in transition and getting ahead. They haven't been able to convert these last few possessions, but they've certainly been showing the effort.
Cardesi, great bounce pass in to Shaq Scott as Scott lays it in for 2.
Yeah, these last couple possessions for WCT, they haven't been able to score on some of their transition opportunities. Those are the kinds of misses as RKE starts to get their momentum on offense that could change a game and swing it the other way.
Peters, not sure if that one was deflected, was way short. Good thing Mercado was there to put it back in for 2. Just short of a minute left here in the first half. 6-point lead for RKE. If you're just tuning in, my name's David Smith. Alec Krauthamel, Cardesi. Another air ball. That's his 3rd of the game. RKE has already locked up the #1 seed. They still have a 6-point lead. Savoy, good pump fake there, and he lays it in for 2. That was a really tough angle that he just converted that layup on.
Yeah, it wasn't like just he was under the rim. He was kind of behind the rim and on the opposite side. That's a really nice spin there. In addition from Singleton, really nice spin on a couple of really nice reverse opportunities.
Mercado up to Amegwu. He'll try another triple. He gets it to go. Ian Amegwu is on fire tonight. And that one is stolen away by Savoy. He'll leave it for Amegwu. Amegwu again, no good. Long rebound to Wells. 3 seconds. Corner, Savoy. Savoy the 3 at the buzzer, no good. What a first half here from Manasquan. RKE a 3-point lead, but WCT came surging back after RKE once held an 11-point lead here in this second quarter, and the momentum is all in WCT's favor right now.
Absolutely. Their effort level has been fantastic on both ends of the floor. They've been disruptive on offense or on defense, and then turning that into offensive opportunities. They've been able to really run the floor and get ahead of RKE, and while Their efficiency in transition and at the rim hasn't been the best. I mean, they've gotten themselves a ton of opportunities, and if those opportunities keep coming, I mean, they're probably going to start hitting on them soon. So RKE, while this game doesn't have a ton of implications for playoffs or standings for them, I'm sure they want to shore up any last-minute holes they may have before playoff time.
When the opportunities come, you're bound to convert. When we come back, WCT looks to cash in on their opportunity to improve their seeding. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have the second half of action. We are back. RKE ball. Shaq Scott with it in the post. Mercado defending. Drop step. Up and under. Can't get the friendly roll, but he gets his own rebound. The right hook, no good. Rebounded by Mercado, who leaves it for Wells. Wells drives to his strong side. Spin move. The right-handed finish, no good. Brown with the rebound. He looks to push through the legs. Drop step. Leaves it for Scott, who finishes through traffic. Amegwu tries the deep three. He gets it to go. Ian Amegwu leads all scorers with 23 points, and there's not even another scorer who has half of his points. What a scoring performance we've seen from Ian Amegwu to start today. Good turnaround jumper there from Sumbry. Here's Savoy, leaves it for Goodall. Defensive breakdown there from Sidney Brown. Mike Goodall wide open right under the hoop.
Yeah, nice job cutting straight to the basket, and Brown couldn't get there in time. And this is still a really close game, 2 points. This could come down to the wire based on how well WCT is playing.
Moran, left-handed layup, no good. Great pass from Amegwu into Wells, as it is now a tie game here in Manasquan.
Yeah, Megwu's really done it all, and hitting those threes, he's now 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. That gravity is really starting to make the defense pay more attention to him out there, and now he's setting up his teammates.
That one rebounded by Amegwu. Wells leaves it for Mercado. Goodall can't get by Brown, leaves it for Wells. Wells not known for his three-point shooting ability, and Savoy's there for the putback. WCT with their first lead since the second quarter. And Brown, great pass over the top there to Scott. We've got a back-and-forth affair here. Savoy, pull-up jumper, no good. Moran the rebound. Brown looks to push. Finds Sumbry in the corner. That three, nothing but net. And yet again, it's another RKE lead. Goodall. Mercado in the corner. He tries the three. And yet again, a tie game. That is the 8th lead change, and we're just in the third quarter. Moran make it the 9th lead change. Almost stolen away there from Scott. Mercado, that one no good. Good outlet from Sumbry to Scott. The Wagner connection, he lays it in for 2.
Yeah, the problem for WCT in this third quarter definitely has not been offense. It's been on defense, so they just got to get a couple of stops here and try to get back into this lead.
Good pull up there from Goodall. And that's what he just does so well. He's so fundamentally sound. Does a good job of getting to his spots and hitting the easy shots when he gets open.
Absolutely, and he's a sharpshooter as well. Just really good from the spot-up range.
Posting up is Sumbry. A very good defender in Savoy defending, but just giving up too much height there. Good job by Sumbry to take advantage of that height. Good take by Wells. This game's been so back and forth in this quarter because we just haven't seen much defense on either side.
Yeah, it looks like some communication issues for RKE they really got to fix up. It looks like a lot of the movement that WCT is going with. Oh, if not for the foul call, would have been a monster block by Savoy.
They got Savoy on that foul too, which is wild.
I don't know about that one.
Looks like he just sent that into the stands. I think that Amegwu might have been the one holding him down.
Anyways, like I was saying, yeah, it looks like some of these issues on defense for RKE are just some miscommunications. When WCT is starting to get their action towards the basket and on the perimeter, they're just not communicating right to get the switches up, and they're a little bit slow to close out, and that's what's been causing a lot of these issues. So if they can start to shore those up, especially come playoff time starting on Wednesday, they'll be in good shape.
You can be a great individual defender without having to communicate, but team defense cannot succeed if you do not communicate with all the switches, hedges, and stuff that you have going on. So communication obviously very key. And like you said, not doing a great job of it right now. Wells leaves it for Amegwu. Wells finishes with the right hand. He's just so fearless driving to that cup.
He is, and he's really good at leveraging his size and space at the rim as well. Just kind of got under the rim and flipped it up.
Cardesi Finds Moran. Moran drives. That one no good. Amegwu the rebound, but stolen away by Cardacy. Leaves it for Moran, and he gets Amegwu in the air, but can't finish. The rebound goes to Amegwu. Mercado loses it, but it goes right into the hands of Savoy. Savoy back to Mercado. Has all day, can't capitalize. Cardacy looks to run. Has Brown wide open in the corner. Leaves it for Moran. Moran lays it in for two. Wells fouled there. They'll get Sunbury. Just what a back and forth affair that we've seen so far. Both teams playing at an incredibly fast pace. But that one will take us to the media timeout. WCT came surging back. It's only a 3-point RKE lead now. Don't go anywhere when we come back. We are back. 3-point lead here for RKE. Andre Wells at the free throw line for WCT. First free throw from Wells is good. Cuts the lead to 2. The thing with WCT, I've learned this from them, they might not be the most talented team on paper. If you look at it, Wells, a guy that went to Brookdale, now at William Patterson. Goodall at Stevens. Mercado was a walk-on at Seton Hall, didn't even play his senior year, wasn't on the roster. Ryan Savoy, New Jersey City University. But they just always find a way to compete with these teams that have all the talent in the world. I mean, you look at guys like Scott and Sunbury, both at Wagner, 2 Division I schools. Wagner just won the NEC this year. Kyle Cardacy played big minutes for St. Peter's. Just they always find a way to compete against these big-time teams. As there's a 3 there by Amegwu. Nearly stolen away by Goodall, but hits off the foot of Cardacy. Great job there from Goodall to make the heads-up play to get the ball back, as it's now a tie game and WCT ball. We're going to see Amegwu most likely put up a shot here. I think he's feeling himself. Wells leaves it for Mercado. Great dish from Wells. WCT regains the lead. Myers bringing it up. Savon Myers drives, spins, fades, blocked by Savoy. Savoy leaves it for Mercado. Mercado finds Wells down on the block. Cardacy defending. Kicks it out to Goodall. Goodall back to Wells in the far corner. Wells the reverse, gets it to go. And that one tipped by Goodall, stolen away by Goodall. Wells will push. And that one stolen back by Myers. Myers, Euro, finish with the right and the foul. Savon Myers will go to the line for a chance to convert the old-fashioned 3-point play. What a game we have here.
Absolutely. It's just both of these teams are running the floor back and forth. And for WCT, I think a big reason why they're able to stay in these games, even if they may have a talent on paper disadvantage, I mean, every movement they make is an efficient one. They're always doing something positive whether they're moving the ball or moving on defense. And I mean, their passing has been excellent today, whether it's setting up from 3 or trying to get to the rim, as Mercado barely gets the rebound. But I mean, they've just been able to stay in this game because they've been more efficient with everything that they do in the game.
Myers couldn't convert the three-point play. Savoy posting up Singleton. He tries the fadeaway jumper way off the mark. Rebounded by Scott. Scott in transition finds Myers. Myers, the finish with the left, no good. Gets his own rebound. He'll try it again. Blocked by Savoy. Saved by Wells. He pushes, finds a Megwu. He tries the step back 3, no good. The rebound to Shaq Scott. He'll leave it for Singleton. Singleton on the far wing. Gets by Mercado. The finish with the right on the opposite side. Gets it to go.
That's a really nice move by Singleton with the hesitation as well. Thought about the 3, got his defender almost in the air, but that was enough to use his first step to get to the rim.
Megwu way off. The rebound to Singleton. He'll find Cardace. Been a rough game for him. He'll pull up from the elbow, gets it to go. Cardace coming into the half shot 3 for 13 with only 6 points. Not like him, as he's been the prime reason RKE is the 1 seed in this year's playoffs. Goodall drives, finds the cutting Wells. He lays it in for 2. We've seen WCT do a great job driving to the rim, jump stop if they don't have something, and then find the open cutter. And they've done a great job converting as well. As that 3 by Brown is good, they take the lead yet again. Wells, he lays it in for 2. Singleton. We've got a track meet here in Manasquan. Singleton short off the rim, gets his own rebound, and he'll lay it in for 2. Poor job there of boxing out. Savoy finds the cutting Mercado. He tries to draw the contact, but finishes through it. Didn't get the call. They still trail by 1. It's hard to keep up, Alec.
Absolutely. It feels like it can barely get a word in. The ball's always on the other end of the floor.
Myers. Sounded like there was contact. Didn't get the call. 3-point lead. 50 seconds left. Mercado bringing it up for the gray and green. Step back 3. Nothing but net. Tie game. 40 seconds left here in the third. Cardace bringing it up. He drives. He lays it in with the right hand. WCT regains possession. 4 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Goodall, he'll attempt the 3. He gets it to go. We have a back and forth affair here in Manasquan High School. Sidney Brown will hold for 1. They trail by 1. He calls for the screen. He'll leave it for Singleton. Singleton, the finish, gets it to go. RKE holds a 1-point lead here in Manasquan over WCT. I cannot wait to get this box score to see the amount of ties and lead changes that we've had in this game.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to go straight up from the second quarter. I mean, in the first half, we had 5 lead changes and 6 ties, probably in the double digits for both by now, I would think. Just an unbelievable game, and especially in that third quarter from both of these teams. I mean, just running up and down the floor. And RKE still has managed to get the lead here, so we are going to be in for a fascinating fourth quarter.
That we are, like you said. We'll have a great finish here on tap for you guys tuned into the stream. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have the rest of the action here on the JSBL YouTube. We are back, about to start the fourth quarter here between RKE and WCT. David Smith and Alec Krauthamel bringing you the action. We've had a great game, 11 lead changes, 13 ties. It's been close all game, especially in the second half. Savoy, he'll have to put it up with the shot clock winding down. He gets it to go. Add another lead change to the tally. Brown waves off the screen. He wants the ISO on Peters. Leaves it for Brown. Whole drive, good take, can't finish. That one stolen away by Myers. Myers to the rim, the slam! Savon Myers, the human highlight reel.
I think RKE made, or WCT, excuse me, made a business decision there. I would not want to be in the way of Savon Myers when he goes up with authority.
Someone learned that the hard way earlier this year. Posting up is Sunbury. Peters defending. The hook, and Peters fouls him. Had no other choice there.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like RKE is still trying to get comfortable on both ends of the floor. I mean, we'll see how this game ends, but we are headed for a really good finish. That third quarter alone had 6 lead changes and 7 ties. I mean, that's the definition of back and forth. That's, I mean, pretty much a lead change or a tie every minute of gameplay as Sunbury misses that one. And a couple of these guys for RKE haven't been playing these last couple games. I think this is just a tie-up game to see how RKE can kind of fit these guys in, as Sunbury and Brown haven't played these last few games. And it's gone pretty well, and we are all tied up. We're headed for a good finish.
Savoy leaves it for Amegwu. Tipped around, ends up in the hands of Wells. Wells leaves it for Savoy, back out to Goodall, the pump fake. Hop step, Goodall off the glass, can't get it to go, but rebounded by Amegwu, lays it up and in.
Yeah, Sunbury misplayed that off the rim. Went up for it just a tad too early, and that opened up Amegwu's lane to just go right in and get the easy putback.
Cardacci, Goodall defending, turnaround Jay, short off the rim. The rebound goes to Goodall. He leaves it for Savoy. Savoy pushes in transition. That one stripped away by Cardacci. The ball will remain with WCT.
Yeah, uncharacteristically slow night shooting-wise for Cardacci. Came into the fourth quarter 6 of 16 from the floor. Just hasn't been able to get it going with his shot.
But there's a lot of different ways that you can impact a basketball game, and he's done just that, getting a lot of rebounds. Also done a great job of facilitating his teammates, as that one's stolen away from Wells by Brown. Brown leaves it for Sunbury. In the corner is Cardacci. Cardacci leaves it back for Myers. Myers from deep, no good. Rebounded by Wells. Wells looking to push the pace. And that one is stolen away by Myers, who loses his balance into the hand of Savoy. But Coach Josh Peters is going to take a timeout to reset the offense.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, this pace has been getting faster and faster as the second half has gone along. It feels like both these teams are getting just a little bit out of control, and they want to, I'm sure both Sean Gallagher and Josh Peters want to just clean it up as we head into the last 7.5 minutes or so of game action here. It just looks like they're getting a little bit too fast, and I know RKE loves to run, and I don't mean, when I say slow it down a little bit, I don't mean stop running. I'm more so talking about just not even a second, just take an extra step before you start to move the ball, make the right play. But I'm going to say, like you mentioned, Cardacci's been doing a lot of good things on both ends of the floor. I feel like he's been really strong on defense as well. He does have 9 rebounds, which is tough to do from the guard spot, as well as 5 assists. He also has 2 steals. I feel like he's done a really good job of just being in the right place defensively, really good positional-wise. He's been smart doubling guys, trying to poke at the ball. Him and Sidney Brown are both really good at that, where they both just flash double at the right time and poke at the ball. And they got quick hands. They don't foul either. So those two are going to be the catalysts for RKE going into this last 7.5 minutes on both ends of the floor, and we'll see if they can pull this one out.
Not only are they going to be the catalyst for these last 7 minutes, but also the catalyst for this squad going into the playoffs. and they're the reason why they've had so much success this year. Playing without Jack Collins tonight, but still finding a way to be in the game with a very scrappy WCT team, as that one is way off the mark by Emegwu. Long rebound to RKE. Sidney Brown will reset. Has Peters defending, step back long two, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Ryan Savoy. Savoy gives it to Wells. Back to Savoy. Wide open in the corners, Peters, he hasn't scored yet. There's his first bucket. Peters was 0 for 6 before that first shot that he got to go. Cardacci gets the screen from Sumbry. He leaves it to Sumbry. Sumbry will try the three. No good. And that one is off of Ryan Savoy, and RKE will retain possession. That one's inbounded to Dan Singleton. Singleton posting up on Peters. Peters, good defense as he gets the rebound. Wells into Savoy. Savoy into the corner is Peters. Andre Wells with it, behind the back pass to Emegwu. The right hook, no good. Rebounded by Brown. Brown finds the cutting Shaq Scott, but stripped away by Mike Goodall. And Goodall will slow the pace down. Peters with it on the wing. He'll try the three. No good. Rebounded by Sumbry. It's a 5-point lead now. Brown. Sumbry. And he finishes with the left. Good job by Sumbry to get to his spot and go up strong. WCT with a 3-point lead now. Savoy. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. Gets the friendly roll. We might very well have a photo finish here in Manasquan. Singleton gets Peters up in the air. Savoy was also in the air. They'll get Peters on the foul. That's his second, team second, and Singleton will have a pair at the line.
And of course, RKE is relentless as always on the offensive end, but it just feels like WCT's done such a great job of just handling it and getting into their own business on their own side of the floor on offense. And they've made some timely defensive plays as well. And I mean, whenever RKE has started to hit their shots, WCT has matched them tip for tap. I mean, we're headed for a really good finish, and it's been a heck of a game so far.
Singleton knocks down both free throws. One possession game as Emegwu set to bring it up. And a ill-advised pass by Emegwu throws that one out of bounds. That's why you like having one of your guards bring it up.
Yeah, that's probably one of the first bad plays that Emegwu's had all night long. He's been so good at the big spot, whether it's shooting or setting up guys on offense.
Brown leaves it for Sumbry. He'll try the three. He can't get it to go. The rebound to Wells, finds Emegwu in transition, backs down the much smaller Singleton and finishes with the left hand. It's a 5-point lead now for WCT. Cardacci with it. They're gonna need him in crunch time. He can't get it to go, but the putback by A.J. Sumbry. He's been phenomenal down the stretch.
He has really good timing there just to go up and tap it back in.
Peters the three, long. The rebound goes to Sumbry, but he loses it as it goes into the hands of Savoy. Goodall leaves it to Savoy, who gives it back to Wells as WCT resets. Here's the screen. Three on the shot clock. 2, 1, Wells gets it to go! Andre Wells, a huge three late in the shot clock to give WCT a 6-point lead. Cardacci leaves it for Scott. Scott, the three, no good, short off the front iron as they'll get Sidney Brown on a touch foul.
And it feels like every single extended run these teams go on, we go about 3 or 4 minutes without a stoppage. I mean, it shows. Usually the timeouts at the under 5 minute, we are at 3:44. But yeah, RKE just have not been able to make the right plays on defense to get the stops that they need. The offense has been there. The defense just has not. And on that last one by Andre Wells, great job of just realizing he has the gravity to get past his man and just go straight to the rim. But on that one, he steps back with the shot clock winding down, lofts a three, and it rattles home. If you're a defender, it's really hard to decide what you want to emphasize on with Wells, because you can't let him get past you and get an easy bucket, but at the same time, you have to go out to him at the three-point line with the shot clock winding down. So just great job by Wells of leveraging his own skill set and draining the three. That's probably going to be a very big one in the grand scheme of this game.
WCT wins, like you said. That Andre Wells three will most likely play a huge part in it. Obviously possible to come back. 3:44 is a lot of time, especially considering there's not a ton of defense in this league, but obviously teams like to play a better defense down the stretch. And with WCT playing for a potential seeding upgrade, you know that this is going to mean a lot to them. Wells leaves it for Mercado, tipped away, but into the hands of Mercado. Savoy came soaring in for the rebound. The long outlet pass is dropped by Sidney Brown. Scott back to Brown from deep, gets it to go, worked out in the long run. Brown dropped the outlet pass just to get it back and pull up from deep, as it is now a one-possession game. Mercado down in the post. Amegwu, drop step stripped away into the hands of Sidney Brown. Brown finds Myers, who'll slow it down, gives it to Scott. We'll give it back to Brown to reset. Brown uses the screen, step back. As he'll take that jump shot from the elbow, no good. Sumbry comes soaring in, tips it out. In the corners, Cardesi. This is where they need him, and this is where he converts. Kyle Cardesi knocks down his first triple of the game after missing his first 8. 100, as there is a jump ball, and it'll be between Mike Goodall and I believe AJ Sumbry. Oh no, it'll be Savon Myers, who we know who can jump out of the gym. Won by RKE. Here comes Cardesi. Cardesi beats his man, lays it in with the right. RKE takes the lead after going on a huge run in just a minute and 30 seconds. Good backdoor cut by Savoy, and a great finish up and under with the left hand.
And it feels like after that huge run, the 8-0 run by RKE, just one basket. Now we're tied once again as Myers can't get it to go as Sumbry puts it in. Just a frenetic pace for both these teams, and they are both giving their all. It doesn't matter if RKE's clinched the 1 seed. They are trying to win this game.
Mercado leaves it for Savoy. Wells drives, kicks it back out. Amegwu from deep, no good. The rebound to Kyle Cardesi. He's now in double digits on the glass. We'll bring it up. He's going slow. Looks back at the clock. Calls for a screen. We'll get it from Brown. He drives, steps back, elbow, jump shot, gets it to go! Kyle Cardesi comes through in the clutch as Mercado loses the handle. But they'll say that one is tipped. Or no, they'll say it is RKE basketball. What a swing.
Yeah, absolutely. The defensive intensity has gone up tenfold for RKE. They've made all of the right plays, forcing turnovers, and you can hear Dan Singleton on the RKE bench calling out assignments, again, acting as that extra coach, and it just looks like such a huge boost for this RKE team, bringing in the energy on defense.
A minute to play here in regulation. Cardesi tipped away. Stolen by Goodall into the hands of Mercado, and we'll have a foul. Definitely intentional, but won't be an intentional foul. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes for RKE. Next one will be the bonus. No one really in foul trouble on either roster, and that one is out of bounds as it will go to RKE.
And that's where Sidney Brown is at his best back for this team. Got in the face of Wells, just tipped that ball away. It was a bit of an off pass by Goodall, and Brown just has such quick hands on offense or defense. It looks like WCT will start to foul, but Sidney Brown, that's where he's at his best, and Kyle Cardacci is at his best when he is just pulling up, whether from 3 or in the mid-range. He's really starting to get comfortable with the shot in the late game scenarios.
No more fouls to give for WCT. They'll opt not to foul. 40 seconds left. Sidney Brown gives it to Sumbry. Sumbry, and they'll get the foul on Mercado. Up here, Mercado got an elbow to the face, but then fouled Sumbry as he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Sumbry has a chance to really put a dent into this lead, and I mean, if he hits both, I don't want to say this game's over because of how fast these teams are playing. It would be really hard for WCT to make a comeback here. I mean, the lead is 5, could be 6 if this free throw falls. Even if it stays at 5, WCT would have to go quickly, and they have shown the ability to, but it's going to be really tough with RKE now in the advantage at hope maybe getting free throws.
Silly foul there. I think they'll get Shaq Scott, but now an opportunity for 2 quick points here for Andre Wells and WCT. Not what you want to do there if you're RKE.
Absolutely. The last thing you want to do when you're in that late game scenario, when you have the 2 or 3 possession lead, is foul and give them more chances to, 1, stop the clock, and 2, as well as hits the first free throw, give the other team more opportunities to score with the clock stopped as well. So a bit of a silly foul there. I get they're trying to amp up the pressure once again on defense, but can't reach in right there.
Wells knocks them both down. RKE struggling to get it in. They do to Sumbry. Brown 1 to beat. They won't call the foul there on Emegwu. Leaves it for Sumbry, who slams it in. 6-point lead now for RKE. That one tipped. Cutting is Mercado. He'll finish with the left. 15 seconds left, 4-point lead. Myers will get it in. Mercado will foul. Cardacci will have a pair at the line. And it looks like this one is all but over.
Yeah, heck of an effort from WCT. And, I mean, you can't say enough about how hard this team plays. And, I mean, even though they only had 6 guys tonight, it just looks like they have endless energy. And it's definitely a testament to the work of head coach Josh Peters getting these guys together and how they've been able to play against some of the top teams in the league. And, again, this wasn't an RKE team that's just resting their starters and sitting on their laurels after clinching a 1 seed. This is an RKE team that has their core. They've gotten 2 really big pieces to come into this game, and they've been really going at it and trying to win this game, and it looks like, I mean, it's not over yet, but it looks like RKE might come out with this one.
Goodall from deep, can't get it to go. And that's all she wrote. Scott slams it with authority to finish off the game as RKE wins by 7 and puts an emphasis on their regular season crowd, taking down the WCT Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, just a gutsy effort by both these teams, but RKE in particular, their 2 guards, Sidney Brown and Kyle Cardacci, showed up when they were needed at the most. Brown on defense with his energy and ball handling, and Cardacci with his smooth shot making at every opportunity. And this is a big win for RKE as they get a couple big guys back as they head into the playoffs, and it looks like they're feeling good playing with each other.
For a majority of that second half, it looked like we were going to see WCT come away with the victory, but RKE did not back down and was up to the task. When we come back, we'll have the player of the game interview, as Alec will interview most likely either Kyle Cardacci. It'll probably end up being AJ Sumbry, but we will see. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will have that interview.
Alec I'm here with our Jersey Shore Basketball League player of the game, this time for RKE Athletic, AJ Sumbry, 24 points, 18 rebounds for a wild win over the WCT Warriors. First off, AJ, a wild game like that. Your first game here playing for RKE, I mean, how does that feel as a welcome to the league?
I mean, it's pretty good. I work out with Cal. I went to school with Shaq, so it's nice to get to play with some of my guys again.
And 24 points, 18 rebounds for you on the floor. What do you think was working so well, just getting under the rim and getting those boards?
I think so. We had like 3 bigs, so whenever you're playing bigger, then it's easier to get rebounds and run. So a couple happened to fall my way.
Absolutely, and it looked like at a certain point WCT was starting to run away with this one. They got the 6-point lead with a few minutes to go, and then you guys immediately went on an 8-0 run, and the game was right back to being as deadlocked as it was in that second half. What was the turning point for you guys that really got you guys over that hump and got you guys the win?
We just got some stops. They were hitting threes. We finally buckled down, got some stops, got out to the races, and yeah, the rest is history.
And it was your first game here for RKE. Sidney Brown back after missing a couple games, and then Kyle Cardesi had a bit of a slow start. Was it something that you guys felt like you had to overcome it all, or was it just getting to really into the flow of it?
I think just getting into the flow of it. Like, we're playing together. As long as we play together and, like I said, get stops, we'll be doing that.
AJ, you played your high school and your college ball around here in New Jersey. What's next for you after the summer?
I'm playing in Germany this year.
Awesome, awesome. Well, best of luck in Germany. AJ Sumbry, our Jersey Shore Basketball League player of the game, 24 points, 18 rebounds for RKE Athletic as they finish off their regular season with a win and the 1 seed in a win over WCT Warriors. AJ, great job tonight.
Thanks.